Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Pretty sure you'll love the vibe. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. All are welcome on this channel and all contributions are highly appreciated. Tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. And it is a wonderful idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. I received a download and Spirit wants me to share this message with you, collective. And the message is to be aware that sometimes people are intellectually insecure. Yes, I said it. People are intellectually insecure. The word insecurity itself means that a person could feel insufficient or feel that they are not worthy enough or they are not good enough. You know, when we hear the word insecure, we often think about a person's self-esteem, maybe how they feel about their vanity, maybe someone being body shamed or put down or belittled. Well, Spirit said there are people who are intellectually insecure, meaning if they're in an environment, whether this is, talking amongst family, friends, at work, any kind of group setting, a person could become maybe feeling like they're not able to engage in a conversation or partake in a conversation based on the language that is being used, maybe the topic that is being spoke on. Maybe it's unfamiliar, maybe it's foreign to the person because no one knows everything, okay, right, collective? And so maybe this person wants to engage, but maybe they're not familiar with what's being spoke about, with the topic at hand, or maybe the words that are being used to convey the message. A person isn't able to understand the meaning of the word. So the whole dialogue of the presentation is just, it's like a blur. And sometimes, you will see, people will create some kind of friction, when they cannot comprehend or grasp what's being presented. Not all times, but sometimes. But Spirit is saying be mindful of this. And so I'm picking up that this read is for someone who is expanding in their growth, in their development, in their knowledge, in their wisdom. Someone who's is increasing their knowing. You could be a book lover. You could be someone who loves to research. You could be like a sponge. You love learning new things. You could also be someone, you love books, whoever you are. We have audio books, but you're like, I need the book. I need the hard copy. So you can have like a library in your home. When I say library, it could be something small. It doesn't have to be like a huge, giant library, okay? But Spirit is saying be mindful that there are people who are sometimes, it makes them feel insecure. Now, this is not a you problem. This is a them problem. And so Spirit wants you confirmation. It's a problem. You hear the noise? So Spirit wants you to continue to be yourself, collective. Don't ever dim your light, no matter what setting you are in. You are not responsible for anyone taking interest or partaking in getting to know anything, because we can only control ourselves. And so in actuality, people should be intrigued to want to learn and just grow. If you're reading something, for an example, if you're reading a document, and because no one knows it all, okay, I don't care who they are, nobody knows everything, and you don't understand a particular word that is in a sentence or a paragraph, well, the best thing you can do is look it up. Grab the dictionary, the glossary, Google, whatever, and look it up, But there are people who are even ashamed to do that. They are ashamed to even ask the question, excuse me, what does that mean? Or give me a second, let me look that up. There are people who are ashamed to ask or either announce that they don't know what it means. Give me a second, let me look that up, okay? So, because we all are different, Spirit is saying to be mindful. I'm also picking up, you could be someone who partakes maybe in different group settings for one reason or another, whether this is at work, whether this is at church, in your community, a friend group. Maybe you're just talking to your family. Maybe you're the one out of the family who shows up and you be speaking and maybe a cousin or aunt or uncle looking at you like, what is they saying? They're such a good speaker, but what are the words they use? And it's such long words. So this doesn't mean that anyone is any lesser than anyone. Spirit just wants you to be aware that people are intellectually insecure, but Spirit is also the message is for you not to dim your light, collective. Do not change who you are. Keep growing, keep learning, and you're free to express yourself as long as you're not harming anyone, in whatever way is best for you, okay? So when you are speaking, people could feel intimidated or feeling as if you're trying to be a show off, when in actuality, this is who you are. This is your true, authentic self. And so that's why Spirit is saying, do not change the way you communicate and do not dim your light. Okay? And so when I received this download, I said, wow. And then I went to flashing back, being a child. Often a child, would be embarrassed, to say they don't know what that means, And hey, but sometimes we have adults who be in that childlike energy at the wrong time. Because there's a time to be in that childlike energy for the positive, but you don't want to be in that childlike energy and be in that stinking thinking. So Spirit wants you to be aware of that. Because to be intellectually insecure, and that just simply means that you feel too embarrassed to say that you don't know what something means, or you're too embarrassed to say, hold on, let me look that up. So you don't want to communicate it. And that's not good either, because the only way we learn is from asking questions or taking action to do the work to learn what the word means, right? And so these kind of people, collective, could become hostile, violent. They could be trying to also intrigue some kind of negative energy. If you're in a group setting, they could try to mock you, or make you feel that maybe you're weird or you're different, when in actuality, they're not on your vibration. They're not on your frequency. And because they're not, they are intimidated. They feel inferior. It's not that you're making them feel this way. They feel inferior. They feel like, oh, they're superior. No, this is a them problem. It's not a you problem. So change nothing about yourself. There is a reason why your language, and your usage of different words is expanding. I'm hearing it's a part of your gifts and it's a part of your purpose. You could be a motivational speaker. You could be someone with a platform on social media. You could be a teacher. You could be a counselor. You could be a pastor. You could be a minister. Put it where it resonates. You could do something where you use your heka, where you're communicating. And so do not change who you are. But these kind of people, sad to say, will try to intrigue some kind of chaos or chaotic energy, basically, AKA start some ish, okay? Because they feel that each time that you speak, you're making them feel intellectually insecure. And so no one's trying to make them feel insecure. It's all an illusion. It's an illusion that is playing out in their mindset. And it really, if they're feeling that way, they're basically being nudged to pick up a dictionary, to expand their knowledge, to expand their knowing, and because, we all have cell phones, even the children have phones. It only takes 2 seconds to go to, and go ahead and look that word up. Look that word up, okay? The first card we have here is the sun energy. So you make these people, when they see you and you speak, you intimidate them. But this is natural. This is who you are. This is your aura. This is your presence. This is natural, and you are doing nothing wrong. Spirit is saying, please don't you ever dim your light. Keep doing you. Okay, when they see you, this is what they see. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah. Expeditiously. Psychologically. The next card we have here is the Two of Cups. And so Spirit is saying make sure that you are engaging and interacting, especially when you're looking to have a good time with those who are on your vibration, with those who can, converse with you and not feel that you are trying to poke or pry at their intellect or their intelligence. Okay? Because this is all made up in their head. This is a them problem, not a you problem. Okay? If they're feeling sad and feeling low, this is something they need to work on, their confidence. You have nothing to do with that. But meanwhile, Source is saying continue to gather with like-minded energy. It is important, collective, that you continue to only vibe with like-minded energy. And if you are in a setting and someone tries to provoke or start some ish because they are feeling intellectually insecure and they're just not on your frequency, so that means they can't comprehend what's being distributed, what's being communicated. For you to turn a blind eye and a deaf ear, no point intended, to those, pay them no attention, give them none of your energy, okay? Because once again, with the Two of Wands, this is how they see you. You're always waiting for something good. Look at that beautiful smile in the heart. You're always waiting for something good. You're always full of that sunshine or waiting for something good. You're always showing up smiling. And on the picture, she's doing what? Smiling. It's your vibration. It's your frequency. It's your choice of being, okay? And the choices you have made in life because you love to learn, you love to read, you love to study. I'm also picking up you love to do research, okay? That's not a terrible thing. So don't allow anyone to make you dim your light or change who you are, because the actions you have taken has given you the option to be in the energy of the Seven of Cups. It gives you options when it comes to your career and when it comes to you just navigating throughout life. You're able to interact and deal with a variety of people in different levels and from different backgrounds. Doesn't matter what ethnicity, culture, religious practice, tax bracket, you're able to adapt and you're able to have that equal reciprocity, that jewel exchange is what I like to call it, and enjoy yourself while you're doing it because you love learning. So yeah, keep doing what you're doing, all right, and let no one take you off your square.